Hello and welcome to News View. Now, this is my first show, and today is Independence Day when this will be seen. That's right, Independence Day. Fireworks are probably going to stop about now or an hour ago, and boy, did we ever like that. Did we? I don't know. All I know is that this is News View. What is News View, you're probably wondering. Or maybe you're not wondering that. I don't know. News View is a show that will hopefully have local news coverage, talk show guests. That's right, we're going to have guests on this show down the road. And hopefully we can get some music by at least next year. So, this is News View. News View is my project. I created it, I came up with it. I've been trying to come up with a show since a few years ago. Some of you may know that in East Peoria is where I took classes to get a show. And I'd like to shout out hello to all the people at PSR and my high school who went to high school with me. Yes, I did go to high school and I graduated somehow. And one of my first guests might be one of the teachers at Centennial High School. That's right. Won't that be lovely? Yep. I heard this morning on Jim Turpin's show on WDWS, Penny for Your Thoughts, that the city of Champaign might increase parking prices at the parking meters. Now, I don't know about you, but it just seems like there are more parking meters today on Champaign city streets and alleys even. If you've ever been to Campus Town, you know they put parking meters behind the pizza places. Parking meters. I don't know why. I guess they wanted to make more money. But who's going to pay? The city people are going to pay. The city people are going to pay for raising prices. That's what's going to happen. They better look out, hadn't they? Yeah. Well, furthermore, this show is new, and what I'd like to do for the Independence Day show is show you or tell you about America a little. Here in America, we have rights, we have privileges, we have wars, we have oil, we don't have enough oil. We have enough oil for now, but we don't really have oil from our country. Most of it comes from Canada. Now, Canada is a nice big country north of here that everybody seems to forget about once in a while. And this being Independence Day night, when this show will be showing July 4th, 2008, I just thought that I might throw that in. Now, the Founding Fathers, nothing like the guys we got in Washington right now, I'll tell you that much. Oh boy, have things changed. Oh, some of you may not agree, but it's true. Now, every time I get the chance, I listen to the radio or I watch TV, and I see a lot of things I like and a lot of things I don't like that are happening right now. And, well, Marathon bought all the local BP stations. That's interesting. That was a good move on their part, I would say. Now, moving right along, about this show. This show will have music at some point, I hope. That's right, music, like at the opening, with shots from around the city, hopefully. That's right. This is going to be a real show. Oh, yes. That's the plan, anyway. I don't know if I'll finish the plan, but this is step one in approaching a professional type show. So, somebody over there. Okay. Now it's almost 11 a.m. here as I'm sitting here as this is being recorded. And 11 a.m. is when some people eat lunch, so I'm guessing some people are going out to lunch right now as this is being taped. Now, I don't know if there'll be thunderstorms on Independence Day like there have been some years, and the fireworks will get rained out, or there'll be a traffic jam on Kirby Avenue. I don't know. But I do know that last year I went to Ice Cream in Independence hosted by WDWS's Jim Turpin, and that was a very good show. They have band there with someone my grandparents know in the band, and we thought we saw Stevie J at the control boards. So, you don't want to miss, well, that would be last night when this is taping, so I don't even know why I mentioned it at that point. But it was good last year. It'll probably be just as good last night as it was, well, you know what I mean. So, all of you people in TV land, spread the word. Newsview is going to become one of the shows that you are going to want to watch, probably. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. That's up to you, though. You're the viewer. That's right. We've got more of a show coming, hopefully. Yes. And we might get emails. That's right. We might have an email address at some point where you can send in news you've seen happen, or jokes, or just if you want to talk, you can email this show maybe next month. I'm not going to make any promises. Maybe you can email this show. But for now, it's in contemplation mode for me. And since it is Independence Day night that this show will be on, we're going to say Happy Independence Day at some point here. Now, if you know television, you probably know that there's a lot of other stuff on right now. You got the Late Show going on one channel, you got the other show on the other channel, you got news on ABC, probably Jimmy Kimmel, I don't know. But if you don't like any of that, this is probably the show for you. So, tell everybody you know that Newsview is probably going to turn into one of the local shows on UPTV here. That's right, this is UPTV, no commercials, no sales pitches, no sponsors, no advertisement, no logo bugs, no time and temperature, just a good old-fashioned news show is what we're shooting for here. What I'm shooting for, mostly just me, but hey. Now, I don't know about you viewers, if there are viewers. You're probably viewing this if you're a viewer. Yeah. If you're a viewer, you're viewing this. That makes a lot of sense. But what if you're not viewing this? What if you're watching another channel? That would mean you're missing this show. That would mean that if you're missing this show, you don't know what I'm saying. You don't know what this show is about, and sometimes I wonder myself, well, have I got news for you? That's right, I did talk about we're getting guests. And one of the guests I alluded to earlier may or may not show up. He probably will, but just in case, we're going to have some news stories. Now, I don't know if you heard about what's going on with the Champaign Public Library, for instance. That's right, they've seen a man in around the Champaign Public Library who has had former offenses in northern Illinois involving little children. Now that's scary, and parents are concerned about this. Yes, they are. They're concerned, and the police have told us here that the police from up north have told us that he will offend again. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't make me feel more comfortable about going to the library. I know it's a nice new building in Champaign. Been there 3 times now. It's very nice. I'm not trying to discourage anybody from going to the library. I like the library. I used to work at that library for a short time when it was in the old building. Now, the Urbana Free Library, I must admit that I like it a little better. So if you go to the Champaign or the Urbana Library, now you know. So what else will this show be about? Well, I intend to throw in a little comedy from now and then. That's right, comedy right here in Urbana, Illinois. When have you seen that? When? You've probably never seen that before. Not for years, for some of you older folks anyway. Now, I don't know if you're watching this or not, but you probably are. If you are watching this, of course you're watching this. If you're not, of course you can't hear me or see me. That's logic. Now, there's somebody editing next door, I think. I can hear it. But anyway, this show is not going to be like the other shows. No, 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 no. If you haven't understood that yet, or if you're just tuning in, you might just be tuning in for the first time. You could have turned out by now. Some people probably have. I don't know. But this show is going to have news, opinions, and views from special guests and music, hopefully. That's right, we're going to have music, hopefully. I don't know when, I don't know, maybe the next show will have music. Maybe the next show will have more graphics. Maybe, I don't know. I'll probably have to take a camera out and shoot some news footage for you. Now this is a 30-minute program. Just like all the other news shows, except WGN's, which is an hour, this news show will be half an hour, and at 11. Now if you're on the East Coast, if you're in the Eastern time zone, their news is already at 11. For some reason, ours is on at the exact same time, but it's 10. Now, try to wrap around that this hour a night. Because here, 11 is later than 11 should be just as late in the Eastern time zone. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing for Mountain and Pacific. I think Pacific gets it at 11 and Mountain gets it at 10 like Central, but I'm not sure. That varies from station to station. I know that. I also know this is a comfortable plastic chair. Yes. You probably wish you had a comfortable plastic chair about now at 11 at night, after 11 at night. That's right. If you had a comfortable plastic chair at 11 at night, you'd be all set. But no, you're probably on a couch, a sofa, a love seat, a reclining chair. Kind of makes this plastic chair seem less important, huh? But anyway, this show will cover news and issues and maybe email. We might get email. I don't know if we will get email, but we might get email. At least an address, so people can, if they actually wanted to, send me mail. Now, I've thought of a post office box, too. But that costs money. See, an email doesn't cost as much money. Boy, you don't know how fortunate you are to have stumbled upon this show, do you? I don't know why, but this show will have news yet. Hopefully. No guarantees, but that's the way it goes sometimes. And when it goes that way, you never know. I don't even know what I've just said right now. That's the beauty of this show. It can be funny, it can be boring, it can be exciting. You never know what you're going to get. And some of you probably won't like it, and some of you will, just like every other show. Yep, that's how it goes, isn't it? So, how have you been? Have you had a nice day? And yes, if I had an email address, you could tell me about it. But since I don't, you have no way of telling me that. I can't hear you. I can't see you. You can see me or hear me unless you're blind and or deaf. That's just the way it goes. So, I'm looking around Champaign, and you see Walmart, Meijer, the Beverly Cinemas out there by Meijer. You see that place that used to be Big Sur Waterbeds, but hasn't. The company used to be. They didn't have any here, but they have Furniture Row. Now, I'm not advertising anything, I'm just saying. All these stores, there used to be farmland there. Champaign keeps growing. That's right. So does Urbana. I'm here in Urbana. Urbana is growing. Urbana used to be smaller than it is now, just like Champaign. Some of you may not know that. Some of you in the outlying areas, not to leave them out, they can watch. If you're in an outlying area, like Farmer City, Gibson City, I don't know exactly who's watching. I don't know who can get this channel exactly. I guess you can get this channel in Danville, I'm guessing, but I don't know. Yes, there's somebody else over there. Oh, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this program. This program hasn't gone exactly the way I thought it would, but most things haven't. That's life for you. You never know what you're going to get out of life. Just know that I'm thinking about this audience. I'm thinking of the potential audience when I say that we will have news at some point. And happy 4th of July, Independence Day, and have a good night. That's right, a good night. I don't know if it's storming when this will be on the air, or the cable, I should say. I don't know if there'll be hail or not. I don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen when this show is on. Maybe I should change time slots. I don't know. Maybe not. This might be the perfect time. And I'd like to ask you what you think, but I can't yet. Or I don't know that I ever will. We'll find out. If you keep watching, that is. If you don't keep watching, you won't find out. And the suspense is getting to you, isn't it? Yeah. That's right, suspense. Ooh. We got like 5 minutes left or less, haven't we? Well, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the program. I hope the program turns out to be more about news in the future. And I'm hoping that you will support me in this venture, at least by watching. Now, some of you out there don't like weather reports. Whether I will have weather or not, I don't know. I don't have a Doppler radar. I don't even have a little radar. I don't have a map. I don't even have a map. Of course, I could always draw a map or something, or have a map drawn up. And if this show were live, then I could really do weather. But since it isn't live, at least in this first form, this is the first show I'm doing, the very first, not really an episode, but edition for July 4th, 2008, or 2008, as you might call it. I just don't know yet. So, please, please, please be careful on the roads. Look out for standing water or flowing water on the roads. Don't drive into that. And don't go chasing a tornado unless you're a professional. Don't go under an underpass. If there is a tornado, just get as low to the ground as possible. And if there's lightning, don't go under a tree. You can learn a lot on this show, can't you? At least someday, hopefully. Well, that about does it for today's show. Join me next time, please, when I will have hopefully a guest at least, and some more news. News. You know what's going on, what's new in what's going on news. How about that Taste of Champaign? Now, I didn't get out to the Taste of Champaign-Urbana this year, but some people did go. Well, a lot of people went, and they liked it, I think. That event gets bigger every year, and that's about all I can say right now. Yep. Well, good night, and I hope that you will join me again next month when it'll be August and I'll be a little older, and hopefully we can watch news on NewsView. NewsView. That's right, this is NewsView. Don't forget that. NewsView on UPTV 6.